Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing more 4-color control, but this one has a big twist to it, and we're actually leaning into the black mana base, whereas before it's typically Jeskai control splashing just for inevitable defeat and occasionally some sideboard cards. But as you see, we're pretty heavy on the color kind of combo here, or combination if you want, in 4-color as a whole, and leaning lower on blue of all things, just using it kind of as our card value engine. This card, to take a note, is Deadly Cover-Up. This allows us to play a board wipe that we can also surgical the big issue, so we don't have to rely on constantly doing it over and over again. This comes up quite often, especially with a card like Flashback. We do have more copies of this if need be. Together as one being the other spicy card, acting kind of like a Jeskai Revelation. We can't really interact with cards on the stack, of course, like Revelation, and is obviously not as good as that. But we are able to tap for all 5 colors thanks to our rainbow lands over here to make green, plus our just mana base in general. We're able to do this for 5. So we'll be able to draw 5, deal 5 to any target, most likely our opponent's dome. And then we are able to gain life equal to that amount. That's why it's kind of a Revelation, but Revelation being a bit better, obviously, with that instant speed mark on it. Other than that, we're just all value, all in, kind of going after our opponent the best we can and trying to close it out very quickly when we turn the table. The sideboard will also be here with the list as well, so if you're looking to play best of 3, you can get the entire list. With that said, let's go ahead and dive into the games. I think we can keep this, especially on the play. Just establish our surveil land. A little part of me, I really think I actually play Sacred Foundry first, because if it's aggro, I want to have my lessons up and then I can just surveil, and we get exactly that. Even though maybe playing the second one would be good here. I think against this matchup it does matter. I can be one turn slower, especially having a tablet. I'm not going to want to jam a tablet next turn anyway, or even a stock up against this mono green, green white super aggro match. Up here. So thankfully we had the double firebending lesson. Do I stock up now? Maybe, because I don't think I can afford to go empty on 2 possessions here. I don't know why I'm referring to it as a basketball play. Black, black, Deadly Cover-Up. The event seems just good enough. Play this. Go for this. Deadly Cover-Up. Everything else. This does mill, so if it does hit a big card, we do have the Deadly Cover-Up kind of wombo combo. Sure. Another one. All right, deal. A dang good deal. Well, partner, I think I'm casting stock up. Grab Revelation, and then let's just grab a second black source that I don't think is going to deal damage to us. The surveil land has slowly got clunky in my hand. It's slowly turned around to not being good. Although this should be fine. This will earthbend, unfortunately. Actually, no, it won't. It will actually not earthbend. We actually get to do the coolest thing that you can do with Deadly Cover-Up against a earthbend deck. It's actually quite disgusting what you get to do with this. Although they kind of do it themselves, which is smart of them. But they better enjoy the last land they get to play. Go here and just take double stock up. At least the last basic they get to play, and we'll exile every forest in their deck. They even play that many? Okay, they don't actually play that many. But I'll still take them, so basic fetch lands can't really do much. I do have 2 planes. Sure. I still erode, all kind of okay. And then this doesn't come back because of how it got exiled. We do take a land away from them. I was really hoping to take the other forest. But you can see how good of a play it could have been. I still also gets much worse here because, again, these fetches, there's 2 basics left. They'll just be playing these from their bin. Oh, this is Harmonizer, not Ace 2. What am I talking about? You know this is just a plains, and if they erode it, they just get another plains. So that's fine. And this. I'm just taking them? I guess so. Uh-huh. The thing about this is they're now grabbing their last basic. Which is why taking the forest did end up mattering anyway. I am worried about this guy. It's one of their true win conditions. Another erode in the hand, which means their hand's kind of dead. Yeah, we're just going to keep surgicaling the good cards away. Go first here. Starting town might be just fine to play. I mean, I guess it is because of the blue. Although, maybe it's Sacred Foundry. Then we can play this. And I would assume it's blue-red. But it's so hard to tell sometimes. Also mono blue. I just wasn't sure it auto pass. For some reason I felt like with this guy it just auto passes sometimes. What cards are in my hand? Holy. Pest is not that great. Flashback's okay. I kind of would like a blue that doesn't hurt me. I have 1 turn, 2 turns, and a lot of draw, so I guess we just take the flashback so when we kind of find a card that's good. They miss a land. Okay. That's actually huge for us. Probably give them value here, and we're just going to jam the stock up into them. Give their counterspell value. At least I'm assuming a counterspell. Spell pierce, something like that. Could be, I mean, sure. And all these lands, we definitely want a blue untapped source. Blue-red one works the best because it kind of opens up everything for us. Sure. I almost just want to rip this. Did say almost. Probably a bad idea. I think I want to make them fight over a consult or something like that and then go for this. Damn. And this is what I'm kind of waiting on. Could bounce it back to their hand, I guess. We'll take a tablet. Just how many lands in a row is that going to be? Am I insane? That's like 1 million lands, right? Nowhere to run is okay. Go here. Spell Pierce does get us pretty bad here, actually, right? Go for tablet. I'm playing around Spell Pierce. It could be like, pick this card up. Well, I'm not playing around it now. I would assume it's like an unsummon. To pick up their crab is what I'm assuming. Or bounce off, yeah. Fair enough. You still get to exile something. Doesn't matter, doesn't really matter. The stories could matter. This could also matter. Let's take the stories. Take away some of their card draw. Sunderflocks. Into the Flood Mall, last one. Oh, they're playing those. Okay, that does matter. And they are playing a counter spell. Only 2 of them. And they are playing Spell Pierce, so we did play around them correctly. Obviously, on the other one, we're just gonna barrel it, right? They drew a card because of what we played. Well, what are the odds that they have another one, right? What are the odds that we have another one? They did draw 2 cards, though, but they can't get around Spell Pierce this time. And we take it to them. Very sweet. All right, we'll go first. We'll keep. I'm not too worried about the resting right now. It's turn 1. I think we'll be okay. Much rather be looking for the land, especially if it was going to be a tap land, of course. I'm going to pass again here. I'd like to the rest of the turn I want to lean into my tablet. Now the rest might not do anything. Stock up. Grab lands maybe. Pretty good card to pick up. And we'll grab a land. We can play tablet. Really knows. That's a pretty good sign for us, though. Maybe not the best sign, but a sign that we're okay with. Making him discard that's not that big of a deal. Maybe I should have looked for another black source. Oh, that's black source, I guess. Alright, if I was going to have a card be dead and let go, I think that one's I'm okay with. Plus the rest now that they've kind of curated their hand a bit. Does not matter at all. Is perfectly kind of okay at best. And we'll just take the other stories, I suppose. Now they can deceit us, I suppose. And we'll lose our revelation. At least I'm assuming that's what they're going to do. We just prefer to... Ooh, no? I guess they can end the Flood Mall my tablet, but they should definitely be deceiving here. If they didn't, they would have a revelation to answer for. That would not be good. They can technically do this to my tablet, I believe, and then I would get a fish. Maybe we should have taken it. I don't really think about that. You don't. So, you know. 5, 6, 7. We're going to cast stock up, of course. That. Interesting spot. Deadly cover up to surgically extract something eventually. They're going to look to do this, I think. And then we can look to surgically extract from there. Uncounterable. That's okay. I'm not super thrilled about this, but I'm not super upset about it either. The game's gone to a slower pace, and it's not particularly close. Deceit feels like the most annoying. This card we can definitely get around, so I'm not that torn up about it. Go here, do this. I might want to stock up again with this flashback. Although unlikely. Deceit isn't that. There's not that many copies of Deceit in their deck, but it is just by far the most annoying that's out of my options. Never mind, they play all 4. A lot of lists won't. Flood Mall, Pyroclasm, a bunch of stuff don't matter. Roaming Thrones that do. Vibrant switches, which obviously matter as well. Then of course we have this flashback that we can reload with stock up, but we can also go kind of one turn away here. The roaming throne doesn't matter near as much because we have a nowhere to run, so we are kind of able to target. Deal. You're gonna shock to play your elemental. I go with that. Okay, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. Let's do it again. I have to do Revelation here, unfortunately. And then now, the big problem is roaming throne. Vibrances are good, but they're not roaming thrones. There are 4/4s that can cause problems, though. It can indeed cause problems. They could have played the pit and exiled our stuff. Just did not. We'll take 3. They'll go tutor for a land. You have to draw something good. They get another pit because of flashback, but we only play. Well, it's not even because of that. I did just cast Deadly Cover Up against them twice, so keeping my graveyard empty is probably a good idea. Sure. Most likely, I could see this being a discard 2. We have surgically extracted 8 total creatures, so the likelihood I'm having a lot of creatures off that rip to just get rid of is not high. I would assume they're getting rid of 2, keeping this in their hand for a rainy day. It's kind of funny that I have more cards in exile than they do. What is our opponent going to do with the stories? Yep, and we get exactly what we talked about. They also just tutored this, by the way. At least the other one. We'll go land. We'll pass. Our opponent go to combat first. It's what they should do. And it's what... Bro, I don't know why my spacebar is not working. Which is kind of cringe, but it is what it is. We're going to put this card back in their hand, and then we're going to remove the Vibrance that's in play. I don't think I saw a counter spell, to be honest, but I could be wrong. Sure. And there's the card of the hour. Need to make green off this and then cast this. We can deal the damage here if we wanted to, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 2. Here to here. Okay. Go here. Answer this. Play this. I understand we can shock this in over this, but I have enough mana that I think closing this game is going to be pretty simple from here. Especially with inevitable defeat. Probably going to go here. Shoot one of my 1/1s. Going for me doesn't make a ton of sense. I'm at 20. They have to play the slow game now. We go at 9. I don't think I can even get there actually this turn. Well, maybe this can. No, that's way too much mana, right? They tap? Okay, well maybe I can. Could have ripped a bounce spell. doesn't matter. This can tap for blue. Oh. I didn't see a pause there. We can go... Here, consult, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, so it's not enough. I guess for me, it's just go... I guess it's just steer firebending lesson. Much better play than what I was about to make. We were close, but... not quite able to get there. Maybe there's a way with 1 mana open that I actually could have played this, now that I think about it. If I would have tapped my mana maybe correctly. Makes sense. Yeah, I think I probably could have got there with the tablet, right? So... let's say 5, tablet, 2 red, seer. Yeah, we could have got there if we played the tablet. A mistake, I reckon. Thing about exiling a lot of the creatures from their deck, they don't typically have enough here. That's one of these. And we get there. What a whack game. Missed lethal on the turn before, but I think we had it pretty well chalked up regardless. I don't know if it necessarily mattered at all. Seems like this has to be a good hand, right? A little risky, of course, because the blue's not active here, but it is active here. We are on the draw. We can play this, hit something with this, then play this and consult if we feel like we need to. We do have 3 draws to hit. Okay, I will still play the Verge because I don't necessarily need the blue, but this is going to make our hand curve out incredibly well. But Ward 2? Yeah, that's a bit tough. Well, let's see. Dead. Good and good. This gives a 1-0, so it's still seam rippable, I think. Or still firebending lessonable. Just let that go. Seam rips do nothing. They do this to draw. And watch him rip this ethereal armor. Do it now. I would like them to use the mana on their turn if they have a protection spell. Okay. Probably put the stop there before they get to draw. We answer the creature. I think we're looking pretty good now. Sure. I weirdly have enough mana to flashback, use one of the lessons. This is also why I don't like the seam rip. I think it's a good example of a situation where seam rip's bad. It is very good in other mirror matchups, but I was playing the Orzhov Skeletons deck and I had cut these and I was asked why I wasn't playing these, and I think this is a good reason why. And in 4, you decide. I don't mind if they keep the shelter. This doesn't matter to me. One more land with the flashback. Now we can cast Revelation multiple times. I would just much rather if I tried to bounce and deal 4, we get blown out if they do have the protection spell here. Because what happens is they give this protection, they take 4 damage, and then shelter comes in and resolves and then takes maybe my tablet. But that game was pretty much over once they mulliganed down and I was able to firebending lessen this, which is not a thing I thought I was going to be able to do, but we got away with it, so we'll take the win. I'm on the draw. This hand's really slow on the draw. I, for whatever reason, literally just thought I was on the play and kept. Then my opponent mulled. I was like, oh yeah, I chose pretty quick. Oh, can't wait for the control mirror. We're gonna keep a stock up. Oh wait, did we just play each other? Is that why I'm getting a hello here? This is gonna go very bad, very fast, I think. We're gonna get to flip this. They're gonna get to play something down. We really have to find a board wipe. Which can count. They don't flip? Gotta be wrong, right? Or Kona? Never mind. Wow, the card that actually could have answered this. That's crazy. I felt like we had to go for that. We got rid of the way to tap it. For sure. I don't know. Probably losing. I don't have double green, so exiling this isn't really there. What could he have to answer this Kona? Be surprised. It's a firebending lesson kicked. Am I surprised by it? Yes. Like, that's my result. Actually, to be honest, it's probably together as one. I want the higher mana thing in my graveyard. If I rip the cover up. They play land tapped. Perfectly fine. Red, red, blue. We should be able to make every color here. Red, red. Green. Blue. White. Black. Draw. Damage. There's our deadly cover-up that we want. We gain quite a bit of life. This card is stock up because I probably won't need it right now. A starting town because it's bad. And go basic plains. But again, maybe doing this will matter. But we do have this. Deadly cover-up, exiling all the Konas will be important. If we get there, it is kind of funny that they did get rid of this. But there's a very good chance that their hand didn't have anything, which is why they did do that. What did they get? We'll find out immediately. What? That's funny. They have another Kona in this side. Alright, sweet. But now we know. You get to draw one. We do have a seer available for a creature that comes down here. This doesn't matter. This does matter. Like, kinda. They have to have a they kind of have to have a Kona to do that. Or we have to go really late game without drawing cards that matter. We could exile these. We could like go ahead and deadly cover up and get rid of them. But I'm just not that worried about it. I should have maybe looked and see if they played the protection enchantment or what other kind of spells they do play. But one of the downsides of kind of recording is you kind of just look and keep it moving, you know? Take a gander and you call it a day. Guess we'll grab a land. I discarded 3 lands at one point. Have multiple blue here. Let's just play our Mistrise Village now. Still have a Seer available if needed. All these lands are kind of just dead cards for the most part. I mean, anytime that this is happening, we're pretty excited. I'll go ahead and play land. We could have responded by casting this, which is maybe the correct play. So if they are playing something like a Spell Pierce, I know I looked at their deck and I should have taken that into consideration, but I just didn't. Getting rid of all their tap lands now, though. They didn't want to get rid of their creature, which totally makes sense. Yep, I'll take my damage. Alright, there we go. Can take... the rest? The rest might be trolling, actually. Oh, it might be right. And then we'll just pass. This is where casting a Revelation is going to be good because our opponent's going to go for this. Or not. I'll give that to him. We can do that. Huh? Go ahead and make this a creature. Then let's sear this. Get out of our way. I want to start chipping in and then hold up this Revelation for the rest of the game. Essentially, kind of put a little bit of a threat. Pose a little bit of a threat to him, you know? Don't let him just sit there forever. Good stock up, but again, I'm just holding Revelation with enough mana to pay for the cheap kind of counter spells. Land. Draco Genesis. No. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what they could have. Loot here with this, maybe? I could see that. But sure. I'm not fighting over that. Doesn't seem like something to fight over, really. Could argue I fight over that one, but it's non-land, so they actually can't even return these, which is quite funny. We'll just pass there. This tapped. Call it a day. Have 8 mana up. So if I did 2, I wouldn't have enough. Okay. Huh? Sure. Let's start with... I feel like just tapping out's trolling. I can start with one of these, though. It doesn't pump these at all, but I can just start by playing one. Sure. But flashback's pretty sick. Can flashback to rest our opponent. Also, with these lands available, like, this is our active mana. Interesting, so they do play it. Sure. We're in combat. Tap this for a red. Cast flashback. Target duress. Still can use this mana, right? Not like we don't have to use it. Yep. Press. See what's up? What you got for me? Omniscience. The command. Omniscience can go away. Blue, red, black, and 4, so you can enter tapped. L2 in the draw. Fine. We do obviously have to, again, be worried about a card like this. Make it a bit of a problem. They shock. They go hard cast Omniscience, and I will say hard pass, put that back in your hand, and we'll close the game here. Oh, wait, we can close it with this guy. That's exciting. Blue. Green. Heck yeah. Together as one. It was a good game. The Kona kind of sucked for them, of course. I guess it's 5 colors. We can't close it with that, but I can close it by doing something sweet. It kind of sucked. They got rid of the tap land there, if you recall. Or not necessarily tap land, but the land. It does both. It both, one, enters tapped, and then also is the thing that taps their creature that they wanted to do. They end up discarding this early on to this. And the reason this wasn't in the graveyard anymore is because they also harmonized it. It's just the game just got real weird real fast. I don't know. It was a tough one for them because I think they would have obviously loved to have that land back because the turn they played Kona, we were shields down and didn't have an answer for it. But then they had gotten rid of the only thing that could have tapped it. So obviously a bit of a struggle bus there. But we'll take it, you know. Not going to complain too much about it. But with that said, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'm going to call it there for now. I was playing this kind of version from the challenge, which is super sweet, kind of leaning into playing a bit more black overall, which obviously we cover in the intro. But with that said, I hope you all enjoy it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.